Hi and welcome to my channel Pretty Pink Soul Movement, and I'm Michelle Cool, and today I'll be doing your Venus in Cancer reading. So the dates for that are the 7th of August, so at the time I'm filming this it's already started, to the 6th of September. So I'm getting really big feels around the heart. There's a lot about questions from our souls and from our hearts, and those are connected, right? And it's asking us, what do I want? Like, what do you want? You know, it's trying to communicate to you, it's trying to tell you. So you might be hearing little whispers of that, thinking about, to hell with everyone else and what they want. What do I want? So there's a lot of connection to soul purpose, soul essence. I just want to feel beautiful. I just want beautiful things around me. I want calm relationships. I want fulfilling ones for myself that I want to bring in. It's like all this beautiful energy that wants to come in. I'll do pick a card reading as well, so you can pick a number and see what's specific to you. But I'm getting it's a lot about connection with the heart. So if you're not feeling this way, if you feel like things are a bit chaotic or disconnected, or you feel disconnected from your heart, then that's what your heart's trying to communicate to you. It's trying to say, get in connection with me and listen to me and what I want. It's time to start actioning that, right? Because what's the point of being miserable? We didn't come here to be miserable. Yes, we came here to learn lessons, but we've come here to connect with our heart and our soul and what we want for this life as well, because you deserve it. You deserve all the happiness in the world. And so some people might have to fight through some of their shadows at this time. And then some people are like a click away, like a little mindset shift away from getting in connection with this energy. So how do you do that? Well, Venus is about beautiful things, and it being in Cancer, it can mean it's very emotional for people, which is why the quickest way to be stabilized and balanced in this energy is to connect with your heart and what you want, and to start actioning those kind of things. So, you know, Venus likes beautiful things. I love, this is nice and fluffy, this top, and it's pink, of course, and not that you can tell in the light, but you know what I mean? Like, it's about beautiful things, and not so much about, it can be about purchasing, but I think it's more, that's maybe a bit more Libra energy. Cancer energy is about how does it make me feel? It's not about the purchase. It's about, what have I got in my life already that feels good? Because we can get very addicted to buying things that maybe we don't need. So it's almost like even in your home, because Cancer is all about the home, shifting things around, dusting things out, or washing, you know, those throw rugs you just have on the back of your couch, or, you know, whatever it is, just cleaning and nurturing the home and cooking, you know, nice healthy food and stuff like that. It's about that, nurturing your body, your soul and your heart, making things look appeasing to you in the home, digging out those nice outfits and those perfumes. And even if you're, say, you work from home or you're in the house a lot or whatever, or even if you don't put too much effort when you go out, wearing the nice things that you are keeping for, you know, a good day, now's the perfect time to do that. Because when we use, I just bought recently I did buy a new perfume, and I wear it every day, you know, and it's an expensive one, but it's like, what am I saving it for? I'm saving it for me. I want to enjoy me. Like, I get to smell it on me every day, you know. It feels beautiful. So, you know, it's about honoring yourself in the moment. It's not about other people. It's about showing yourself that you're special and you're appreciated, and you'll, you know, spend that little bit of money on you, or work with what you got. It's probably more work with what you got. Keeping in mind, I was looking for a new perfume for like the last 3 years. So, yeah. What else did I want to say about that? So yeah, if you might feel frustrated because what are the, I guess, like Cancer energy, if it's in balance, it can be very needy. It can be outwardly focused, and that's going to cause frustration. If you're sitting there in a place like, other people need to change, it's just going to bring you down. And that's why it's about connecting to your heart and to your soul, and to making yourself feel beautiful, and to making your home beautiful as much as you can. Work with what you got. See how that's it's a shift in energy, instead of, if you're out of balance, it's going to be more about, I want people to make me feel good. That's never gonna happen. Legit will never happen. And if you think you have it, how quickly does it go, right? It's just like purchasing new stuff, just because if you say you've got that addiction, you're like, oh, I need this, I need a new top, I need new this. How do you feel when you get it? Do you feel guilty because you know you shouldn't have spent the money, or felt like you shouldn't have spent the money? Or, you know, was it just like a quick fix, or do you like love it every day when you look at it, like that kind of thing? Most people buy stuff because they're trying to fill a gap inside, and it doesn't last. And that's the same with like expecting people to give you happiness, because if you don't make yourself happy, this whole Venus and Cancer energy, and loving yourself and appreciating yourself and buying yourself nice things, as opposed to, you know, waiting for someone to give me flowers. I buy my own flowers. Man, if I wait for someone to buy me the flowers I want, I'll probably be dead. Because, you know, if I want flowers, I go get flowers. I could get the ones I want, even better. You know what I mean? Like, it's about fulfilling those things for yourself. I make me happy because, you know, I went and got it, and I got what I wanted, and I get to enjoy them. You know, it's kind of changing your perception on that if you haven't already. So lots of that, a lot of like, if you can get facials and stuff, just like, you know, upgrading for nice facials. It's about the appearance and the beauty, and trying to make yourself look better, because Venus is all about the beautiful things, you know, getting your hair done, trying different colors, experimenting. It's just making you feel pretty, it's making you feel guy, making you feel good, make yourself feel special. It's really going to make it's going to create this epic momentum towards fulfilling your desires, because this is literally like putting down the foundation for a strong life, and to connect to your soul purpose, is by loving up on yourself, by valuing yourself and showing yourself your value. You're not doing it out of, I'm just gonna buy myself these things and he. You know, the universe doesn't know that I don't love myself, really. It's about going, oh, you know, I get in the shower and I feel too lazy to exfoliate, but I love the feeling after I exfoliate. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I love myself enough to take the couple minutes to exfoliate my body with the brush in the shower. And then I feel so good, like for 24 hours after that, even though it took me, you know, a couple minutes to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because when we can't be bothered putting that effort into ourselves to make ourselves feel better, we're not loving ourselves. It's the same as, you know, I remember my guide said to me one day, because I would sit there in my head fighting with myself about trying to find the energy to go to the gym. And they were like, why are you going when you hate it? And it was so simple, but it was so true. I'm like, yeah, I would never coach anyone and tell them to do something that they didn't want to do. So why am I like doing that? So I canceled my gym membership. You know, I hate it. I'm a dancer. I love dancing. You know, what am I doing with my life? You know, and now I don't have that dread of wasting that energy forcing myself to do something I don't want to do. Like, why the fuck am I doing that? That wasn't showing myself self-love, was it? So now I dance. You know, I sing. If you feel the urge to sing and rip out those old Jewel CDs back before she got into pop, like what the, you know, do that. It's about like the soulful singing. It's the really feeling. Pull out those songs, you know, those power ballads or whatever, something that makes you feel. And instead, if they're about loving other people, you know, turn it around to loving it about you. Some of my favorite love songs I'm singing to myself. It's like I'm not imagining someone else singing them to me. It's like I'm singing them to me, and it's way more powerful. Anyway, rattled on enough. So let's get into the pick a card side. So pick 1, 2, or 3, and we'll see what this Venus and Cancer has in store for you. So group number 1, I've already pulled some of your cards. The house you may be experiencing Venus in Cancer is the 9th house, which is Sagittarius, and it's about seeking, travel, adventure, higher education, faith, beliefs, spiritual quest. So obviously this is like my spiritual group. Sagittarius is a spiritual sign. It's about risk taking. I just feel like you're ready to level up into a a higher paradigm. And what's going to bring it into you is balance, balancing your day-to-day tasks, the mundane things, with fun. Because Sagittarius energy, for it to be expansive, they need to have fun, they need to explore new worlds, they need to travel. I feel like this can be an inward travel, even if it's outward travel. I know at the time of filming this that most people can't travel. But what's to say you can't manifest that? Do you know what I mean? It can happen. Things can happen. Things can change and shift rapidly. Plan where you want to go next. It doesn't matter that you can't. Doesn't matter that you can't book the place. It's about planning your trip. Your trip, not just one that you think you can afford. Planning the trip that you want to go on. So there's that side. And there's also the emotional side. There's the soul travel. I'm getting some of you really... you're having another next level of awakening, and your spiritual gifts might be coming in quite quickly. The veils between the worlds are super, super thin. So you'll probably experience all sorts of weird, wonderful dreams. Might be annoying. Some you don't understand. Feel free to get a dream interpreter if you must, but write them down and just explore it. Go, okay, this happened, this was weird. What's the subconscious meaning behind it? And just journal about that. And you'll be surprised at the answers that you get. So it's more about, I think, inner travel as well as outer travel. We've got the new experiences and possibilities, which to me just highlights what I was saying before. Look at that. Look how expansive that tree is. And we all know trees have roots even though we can't see them on the surface, right? So put your intention, they're your roots. Put your intentions out there into the universe. Tree of wisdom is so super powerful. Even make a wish on a tree. You know, like when I first started out on this leg of my journey, I used to walk past these like beautiful old trees. And I would like touch them and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And literally the abundance that would come to me was amazing. I had so many like miracles. They were small miracles, but they were like big to me because couldn't believe they happened, you know, and I wasn't saying thank you to them for something. That was just the, you know, the wisdom of the tree. It's like, thank you for noticing me. Thank you for appreciating, you know, keeping you alive. How often do we do that? How often do we thank the things that are really important in this life? How often do we thank the stars? How often do we thank the sun? You know, do we worship the sun? Well, we should, you know what I mean? Like, or the moon, you know, I'm all about the moon and Venus and stuff like that. But how often do we take the time to give gratitude to the planets that generate this energy, like Venus and Cancer? Thank you, Venus and Cancer, for helping me love myself to the next level, you know? So I'm getting lots of like mind shift, paradigm shift, affirmations, incorporating different spiritual practices into your day, like the gratitude to the moon and stars and to the plants and maybe even fairies if you get into that sort of thing, for keeping the plants alive and the bees. And, you know, it's just changing your focus. And that's this whole balance thing, like balancing the mundane with the stuff that can basically change your life, because it's really going to help shift things for you. Make a decision. Okay, so you might be feeling stuck in somewhere. What does this look like? She's half connected to nature and half connected to something that doesn't seem as expansive, like when we look at the colors. I feel like, yeah, your energy might be feeling a bit stifled, a bit stuck right now. You know, when you don't make a decision, we feel like we have no options, but we do. You can either make a decision or not. Those are choices, right? Those are options. You know, it's not some, I need the answer to everything. As soon as you make, say this happened to me once. I was stuck living with this psycho guy before this house was being built, actually. And my friend said to me, he's like, come live with me. You don't even have to. He goes, you could store all your furniture here. You don't even have to, pay me rent. He's like, just come live here. I just want you to be safe. But to me, I'd moved like 6 times in 5 years, and I was like, I just physically felt so exhausted. I was like, I just can't, And when I should have just been like, yeah, why would I stay in a toxic situation just because I'm waiting for my house to be built? So I had a choice. I chose to stay in terrible energy, whereas I could have just pulled my finger out or just somehow saved the money to make removalists do everything for me and make my life a whole lot easier. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had a choice, but I told myself I didn't, based on I'm tired. Do you know what I mean? But if I had gone, yes, I'm not doing this to myself anymore, you would find that energy. I don't know if that helps you, if someone needs to hear that or what, but we've always got a choice even when we think we don't have a choice. And here we go. I didn't even look at these. Breakthrough and shift your energy. Because literally making choices is what shifts your energy. Literally does. So there might be a choice that you need to make. It could be about relationships, because that randomly came out. I know it's not really something I want to tell people. So let's have a look about what else is happening for you. Venus in Cancer. Stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body and schedule as you need to rest, recharge and revive. Literally, this is how you manifest. I'm not even kidding you. We're like conditioned to, you don't get anything unless you work hard, but how fucking miserable are you when you do work hard, right? We didn't come here to work hard. We came here to find ourselves, and you will be surprised when you put energy and effort into yourself and to plan what you want to do and de-stress yourself and make yourself beautiful. It literally changes your vibration, and you naturally attract things. You naturally receive things. Like, I kid you not, I'm literally doing this right now. I probably shouldn't even be doing this video today, because my guides are like, please do nothing for 5 days. They're like, please don't do anything for 5 days, because I've struggled to receive. They're like, I want to give you stuff. I will be after today. I'm not going to be doing it as much, but you can't receive unless if you're holding on to the old paradigm. I feel like this one's for me too. Do you know what I mean? So have a chat with your guides and make sure that you're connecting with them so they can give you advice that you don't listen to either. Life lessons. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. So this could be in life. This could be in love. Who knows? But this is why we're here. So just jot down your repetitive lessons in your life, like the things you struggle with. That's basically it. What do you struggle with? If it's relationships, right? I struggle with relationships. And then say, well, why do I struggle with relationships? And then journal and see why it comes out. What happens to me in relationships? Okay, what part do I play in this? Do I accept bad behavior from other people? Do you know what I mean? These are very important things that you need to like work through. Okay. Let's start with acceptance. When I get to know new people, I accept their actual traits rather than the ones I project onto them. Same goes for not new people I already know. Acceptance is the delicate art that reminds us everyone is their own unique self, and we can't expect them to be anything other than that. Right? And they've got a picture of the snowflakes because each snowflake is different, and we accept that, right? So sometimes we try to mold people to what we want because we want to control the outcome, because we have shadows inside us. We haven't healed yet. So that's when we want to control how other people, act around us or do things around us. Now that's different from if someone is negative, if someone drains you, if someone's rude to you, You can go, okay, that's them, accept that as them. It doesn't mean you have to be in that energy. So that's the difference. I accept I can't change this person. It's not my job to fix them or change their life around. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on the situation you're in. But it seems like you need to accept your relationships. If they're good, that's great. Accept that. Don't wait for, oh, something bad's going to happen soon. Because if you're looking for something bad to happen soon, you will find it. You will find it. But if you're looking for something good to happen soon, you'll find it. And same if someone is toxic, they're toxic. Leave them be, leave them be. Humility. I take a deep breath and release all of my desire to be right. Without right, what's left? A soft and palpable version of me that's willing to make mistakes, hear other people's opinions, and try doing stuff in a different way. In other words, I get to take a pretty sweet all-inclusive brainification. I think this is a lot to do with, so feeling deep emotions in Cancer, and Venus is about love, self-love, and other love. I feel like inner child wounds are going to be coming up for you around that from your past. I'm seeing a little child just screaming like, why won't you pay me attention? Like, you really need to focus on your self-worth and potentially to stop projecting onto others what you want in your life. You need to give that to you. And I'm sorry if that hurts, but we've all been there. Give your brain a vacation. So when you stop like trying to put things onto other people, like they should be giving me this and they shouldn't act this way, and how do you allow them to do that to you? You're giving your power away to them. It should be more like, I'm going to make me feel good. I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to make me happy. I'm going to watch a comedy. I'm going to do a dance class. I'm going to do something on YouTube. I'm going to create something. It's about you and work on your inner healing. So I hope that helps group number 1, and I'll get on to group number 2. Hi, group number 2. So the house that Venus in Cancer is highlighted for you right now is the first house of self, which is Aries energy. And I'm getting this is a lot of focus, just exactly how I predicted for Venus in Cancer. It is about you, and it's about how you look and how you present to the world, which is just, I love it. So this time is illuminating for you the changes that you need to make. So say if you're not very happy with your body, you might want to put on more weight, you might want to firm things up a bit more. It's about taking like those gentle steps towards doing that and scheduling the time in to do it. So gently like sit down and have a plan. Okay, what's my beauty ritual? What can I do to make me feel good? Like, what have I wanted to do for so long but keep putting off? That is a great thing, because I feel like for you there's things that you wanted to do to your body but you've been putting off. Obviously totally up to you. I would avoid surgery. But if you do consider surgery, see if there's a different alternative. Say like if you want to get your face done, there's face yoga now, and I'm sure there's like free ones on YouTube, and it's just popping up all over like Instagram and stuff like that, and I do it and it's great. So there's little changes you can make in that way, that's good for you. Do you know what I mean? And even if you you wanted to turn your arms and you did only 20 wall push-ups a day, obviously maybe figure out how to do that if you've never done that before. But it's making like those little steps, like even doing 20 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 gentle squats. Like, it's making an effort to showing yourself commitment, and it literally takes no time at all. So it's like, okay, what do you want to change, and what's a little step you can do to slowly get into that? And the thing is, once you've been doing that every day for say 2, 3, 4 weeks, you actually start to see a difference, and that just like, the reward, I want to keep doing it, or maybe I'll do a little bit more now. Do you know what I mean? Slowly build yourself up, slowly, because we just, spirit doesn't want us to make drastic changes, because drastic isn't about self-love. Drastic is about, I hate myself and I need to change this now. think about, I don't even know if they're still on TV or what, because I haven't watched TV for like 7, 8 years. But they used to have those like fat camps, making people lose weight in such a short amount of time. That is the cruelest thing in the whole entire world. And those poor people, and the things they never used to show you on the show is they lost so much weight that they just had saggy skin everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Because your body's not meant to lose weight that quickly. Like, and they didn't care about the person. They just cared about the show and trying to get ratings. Like, that's just not about, none of that is about self-love. Pushing those poor people to make them cry. Like, oh my God, we're not meant to like, or put yourself through surgery and then have to recover from pain. Do you know what I mean? There's so many ways to like make changes to your body gently and in a loving way, you know? We're in Venus and Cancer. It's about loving ourselves and showing ourselves love. So, you know, go get more facials if that's an issue. If you do like the gym, go find a nice personal trainer you gel with, or like there's free stuff on YouTube. Like I just use YouTube when I can't go outside and go for a walk. Like nothing expands me more than going outside and going for a walk. But I'm a wuss when it comes to like, we've got overcast weather right now. I'm like, looks like it's gonna rain. I don't want to go for a walk in that weather, you know. But that's just me. I'm like a cat. You know, choke on my own spit. At least don't make me laugh. Sorry. You know, so today I'll do my awesome, I can't remember her name, that Coco lady. I love her. She's fun and she puts dance moves into her like gentle workouts. And I love her personality, so I don't hate it when I'm doing it, you know. So it's very important to find someone or something you gel with and work with that. You know, I used to have issues with hairdressers. I don't know what the hell this problem was. Constantly, it was just like bad relationships. Constantly find these hairdressers. The first time they would like dye my hair properly, and then they'd get lazy because I got sick of like, they just thought I had too much hair, so they'd miss all these bits. And I'm like, bitch, I'm on camera. I can see in the fucking mirror that you've missed bits. It's not like, you know what I mean? I found someone better now. But do you know what I mean? Like that just kept happening. So what could I do other than I would just go find somewhere else? Do you know what I mean? So if you find whatever you feel like you want to change, if you can't find, you know, the person that you're looking for, just keep going. Just keep going. Don't ever settle. Okay. So we've got here, the aspect is allowing. So allowing change to occur naturally and slowly and at your own pace, because you are so worth it, darling. You're L'Oreal. You are so worth it. You know, there's so many cool products out there, but also I'm not too all about the products. I'm more about the, you know, you can give yourself, say, energetic. If you give yourself love, like you send beautiful love energy to yourself, that makes you feel happier. That makes you look better. Like, no shit. It really does. Okay. Aside, so that I feel like that's like going to be a really big thing for you. Just finding other ways to do things and make yourself feel a whole lot better. So let's see, in regards to, not this one's, relationships, what might be going on for you. But I feel like maybe it's more of a focus on yourself right now, which is the perfect way to be. I'm going to take all these three. Passion and purpose, life-changing epiphany or experience. Let's read the passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. So that could be an actual project, or you could be the project, which I really feel is the case. Your purpose right now is to make you feel good about you, and by investing time into doing that and how you can do that. So make like a little strategy, write down what you're going to do, make it small. And when you've stuck to it for like 2 weeks, if you feel like you want to expand it, expand it. If you feel like, I don't trust myself to like do any more right now, then just do that. Like seriously, any little thing you do consistently to show yourself self-love is going to be so amazing for you. and create epiphanies. So yet, life-changing epiphany or experience. It is time of a big and blessed change for you. You're being supported each step of the way. Lapis lazuli, you might even have that. If you have any restrictions like around doing any of this for yourself, it says here, give it to God. If you don't believe in God, give it to the universe, your angels or your guides or whatever. It says take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation for healing and answers. So anytime you feel stuck or this is too hard, just go have a nice hot shower, or if you're hot, cold shower. Break the cycle of that negative pattern by doing something else, by just going, okay, I'm just going to go out, I'm just going to take a break outside for 5 minutes, or just mixing things up. I'm just going to watch something funny to try and shift your mindset, and then you'll be able to get back on track. And that's it for you, number 2. I hope it helped. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, group number 3. So the house that you may be experiencing Venus in Cancer is the 4th house, which is the house of Cancer. So not shocking to see that here. And it's about roots, it's about the family, the home, the background, comfort, cooking, inner world, shelter, self-care, rejuvenation, habits, and shell. I'm getting that you may be dealing with a lot of subconscious, well, maybe not a lot of, but subconscious patterning that you've got. You may experience inner conflict at this time, but please just work with it. And if you struggle to work with your emotions, work with someone that you trust, because you're being asked to go with the flow. Like, this is going to be really beneficial for you. We've got the trine energy here. This is the aspect that you'll be experiencing, and it's just saying go with it, because you can't. So, okay, so when you put a hose on and if you turn the hose on and you held the end, the pressure would be there, right? And then as soon as you let go, it would just like shoot up in the air because of the pressure back behind it. I'm getting that's the same with your emotions. You need to release these emotions. So don't put that pressure, don't put that lid on it, because it's going to internalize and manifest as something that's going to be more difficult to release. So when you feel how you feel, honor your feelings, honor your inner child, sit with those feelings. You don't need to do anything with them other than feel them and realize them and go, okay, they're there, and I'm going to hold space for those feelings. Right now I'm going to let my emotions flow. Next minute I feel good, next minute I'm crying. Roll with it, let it out. You need to let the pressure out. Like, there's nothing wrong with crying. Stuff anyone that like judges you for it, but most of all, don't judge yourself. So just roll with the feelings. You're being asked to not do so much at this time. Actually, I just feel like you're going to have to release a lot of emotions. You're going to be feeling very sensitive, and just honor that and hold space for yourself to do that. Just have good energy around you, have good people around you. But most of all, I think you need to like spend time by yourself if you can, as much time as you can. You need to be by yourself and purge. It's very, very healing for you to purge right now. There's entitlement energy here. So, I don't know what that is. Are you making demands on other people right now? And it's not to say that they're justified or not justified. Here we go, I've got listening. Okay, so it could just be if you have a partner or if you have close relationships in your life, you may not be listening to what they're actually saying. Let's see. This card says, I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. That is massive, and this is what most people don't realize. Armed with knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. This is like jokey cards. That was weird. Listening. I wrote a blog article on this like ages ago. Get your big ears on, because sometimes we get so demanding. We want people to listen to us, yet we're not willing to listen to them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. It's that way. There's something you're not hearing. Someone's trying to tell you something, but you're not listening, so they're shutting down. You could be getting irritated that they're shutting down, but that's why, because then you're not listening to them. And listening is never about an outcome. I know this is so hard when people aren't used to it. It's never about obtaining an outcome. It's listening because you love a person and you want to get to know them. That is like a big difference. I literally could like talk about this for 24 hours. We've got the Boundless Love card. Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sorts out and falls into place. When we focus on our problems sometimes as well, especially if we think, I want this person to change, I want this person to do this, I want this person to do that, I want the world to be this way, I deserve this from the universe, whatever it is for you. It's like, give it to yourself first. You need to process, where is that coming from? So with the roots card, where is this coming from in your childhood? Where were you neglected? Where were you provided too much for that you weren't able to get independent? Like, you need to trace your issues from the past, the pain from the past, as to why you expect certain things now. Because I just feel like this inner child demanding energy, just like tantruming, and it could be they're not listening. Maybe you never got listened to as a child, so now you demand others listen to you, but yet you're not listening to them. Do you know what I mean? That can always be like such a trap. It is such a trap. I just feel like a lot of emotions need to flow. A lot of inner healing needs to take place around the childhood, so you can establish more loving attitude towards yourself first, and that will reflect to others. And listening to yourself, because if you are demanding someone to listen to you or acknowledge you or see your worth, are you seeing that in yourself? Acknowledge that in yourself first. Are you seeing your worth? Because then if you did, you wouldn't be demanding it from others. So you wouldn't even be talking to that person that way. Do you know what I mean? Because you're like, I respect me, I know my worth. I'm going to sit with me and my emotions, and I'm going to focus on me and listening to me and making myself happy, and then I'm only going to have people around me that do the same, So sorry, it's a general. Hopefully that helps you. Let those healing emotions flow. Do lots of self-nurturing practices. Love yourself, hold yourself, even hug yourself. It's hard to do that work. It's hard to chat to your inner child when they're upset, but please don't fight it. Just like roll with it, stick with it. It will really pay off, and you'll feel that your body will feel lighter once you get through this period. So I hope that helped. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.